Hello everyone, welcome back to the part 3 of our AWS Cloud Practitioner series. In this video, we are going through real AWS exam question and answers. I will give you the correct answers and short explanation for each so you can learn fast and remember easily. So let's get started. A user is moving a workload from a local data center to an architecture that is distributed between the local data center and the AWS cloud. Which type of migration is this? And the options are on-premises to cloud native, hybrid to cloud native, on-premises to hybrid, cloud native to hybrid. And the answer is on-premises to hybrid. Moving from only local data center to a mix of on-premise and cloud. Let's move to the next question. A company wants its Amazon EC2 instances to operate in a highly available environment, even if there is a natural disaster in a particular geographic area. Which solution achieves this goal? And the options are use EC2 instances in multiple AWS regions, use Amazon CloudFront as the database for the EC2 instances, use EC2 instances in the same edge location and the same availability zone, use EC2 instances in the same edge location and the same AWS region. And the answer is use EC2 instance in the multiple AWS regions. Ensures high availability even if one regions fail. Let's move to the next question. Which pricing model will interrupt a running Amazon EC2 instance if capacity becomes temporarily unavailable? And the options are on-demand instances, standard reserve instances, spot instances, convertible reserve instances. And the answer is spots instances, cheapest option, but AWS can interrupt them anytime when capacity is needed. Let's move to the next question. Which recommendation can AWS Cost Explorer provide to help reduce cost? And the options are use a specific database engine, change the programming language for an application, deploy a specific operating system, terminate an idle instance. And the answer is terminate an idle instance. AWS Cost Explorer can show which instances aren't being used, and terminating them helps reduce unnecessary cost. Let's move to the next question. A company wants to migrate its application from its on-premises data center to a VPC in the AWS cloud. This application will need to access on-premises resources. Which actions will meet this requirement? And the options are use AWS Service Catalog to identify a list of on-premises resources that can be migrated, create a VPN connection between an on-premises device and a virtual private gateway in the VPC, use an AWS CloudFront distributed and configure it to accelerate content delivery close to the on-premises resources. Set up an AWS Direct Connect connection between the on-premises data center and AWS. Use Amazon CloudFront to restrict access to static web content provided through the on-premises web servers. And the answer is B and D. Use VPN and Direct Connect to securely connect on-premises system to your AWS VPC migration. Let's move to the next question. Which AWS service or tool can estimate the cost of running an application on AWS? And the options are AWS CrowdTrail, AWS Pricing Calculator, AWS Well Architected Framework, AWS Application Migration Service. And the answer is AWS Pricing Calculator. The AWS Pricing Calculator helps you estimate the cost of running your application on AWS by letting you choose services and usage level to see the total monthly cost. Let's move to the next question. A gaming company wants to move its on-premises environment to AWS. The company needs its resources to be highly available. Which benefits does the AWS cloud provide to meet this requirement? And the options are reliability, the AWS shared responsibility model, security, agility. And the answer is agility. When a gaming company wants to move from on-premises to AWS cloud and needs resources to be quickly available, this is the case of scalability and flexibility. Let's move to the next question. Which actions are example of a company's effort to right size its AWS resources to control cloud cost? And the options are: switch from Amazon RDS to Amazon DynamoDB to accommodate NoSQL dataset, base the selection of Amazon EC2 instance type on past utilization patterns, use Amazon S3 lifecycle policies to move objects that users access infrequently to lower cost storage, use multi-asset deployments for AWS RDS. Replace existing Amazon EC2 instance with AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and the answers are B and C. Right sizing in AWS means optimizing your resources to match actual uses, neither over provis nor under provis, to reduce cost while maintaining performance. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following are aspects of the AWS shared responsibility model? And the options are: configuration management of infrastructure devices is the customer's responsibility. For Amazon S3, AWS operate the infrastructure layer, the operating systems, and the platforms. AWS is responsible for protecting the physical cloud infrastructure. AWS is responsible for training the customer's employees on AWS products and services. For Amazon EC2, AWS is responsible for maintaining the guest operating system. And the answer is A and C. In the shared responsibility model, customers manage their resources and configurations while AWS secures the physical infrastructure. Let's move to the next question. An online gaming company hosts its gaming application on AWS. The company needs to decrease latency by sending internet traffic to the application. Which AWS service will meet this requirement? And the options are: Amazon Route S3, AWS VPN, AWS Direct Connect, AWS Global Accelerator. And the answer is AWS Global Accelerator. The company wants to decrease latency for its gaming application. AWS offers several services, but the one specifically designed to improve application performance and reduce latency for global users is AWS. Let's move to the next question. What is the characteristics of convertible reserved instances? And the options are: users can exchange convertible RIs for the other convertibles RI from a different instance family. Users can exchange convertible RIs for the other convertible RIs in different AWS regions. Users can sell and buy convertibles RIs on the AWS marketplace. Users can shorten the term of their convertible RIs by matching them with other convertible RIs. And the answer is: users can exchange convertible RIs for the other convertible RIs from a different instance family. Convertible RIs allow flexibility to change instance type or families during the term to better match workload needs. They cannot be sold, merged, or moved across regions. Let's move to the next question. A company wants to securely store Amazon RDS database, credential, and automatically rotates user passwords. Which AWS service or capability will meet these requirements? And the options are: Amazon S3, AWS System Manager Parameter Store, AWS Secrets Manager, AWS CrowdTrail. And the answer is AWS Secret Manager. AWS Secrets Manager allow you to securely store, rotate, and manage database credentials and other secrets automatically, ensuring application can access them without hard coding credentials. Let's move to the next question. How does the AWS cloud help companies build agility into their processes and cloud infrastructure? And the options are: companies can avoid provisioning too much capacity when they do not know how much capacity is required. Companies can expand into new geographic regions. Companies can access a range of technologies to experiment and innovate quickly. Companies can pay for IT resources only when they use the resources. And the answer is: companies can access a range of technologies to experiment and innovate quickly. AWS provides quickly access to services and technologies, allowing companies to experiment and innovate faster. Let's move to the next question. A company wants to identify unit-ended network accessibility abilities on Amazon EC2 instances. Which AWS service can the company use to meet this requirement? And the options are Amazon Inspector, AWS Config, AWS Trusted Advisor, AWS Shield. And the answer is Amazon Inspector. Let's move to the next question. A company stored 100 TB of data in its data center. The company wants to migrate the data to the AWS cloud without using the internet. Which AWS service or resources will meet these requirements? And the options are Amazon Connect, AWS Data Sync, AWS Snowball Edge, AWS VPN services. And the answer is AWS Snowball Edge. AWS Snowball is designed for large-scale data migration like 100 TB to AWS when transferring over the internet is impractical. It allows offline secure data transfer to the cloud. That's it for part 3 of the AWS Cloud Practitioner question and answer series. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss part 4. Comment below if you want me to cover more AWS questions or real world AWS use cases. See you in the next video.